Hey, Magic friends, welcome back. This is your captain speaking here on Captain Clyde's MTG, and we're back again. Today we've got banned and restricted announcements. Hallelujah, save the Lord. So let's look at them real quick. First off, in Pioneer, Wynota, Joiner of Forces, has finally been banned. This damn travesty is just absurd, and this thing is finally off the market. The reason why this was banned is amazingly high win rates, obviously, which we'll talk about later. Also, surprise banning for Pioneer, Expressive Iteration has been banned. You guys believe that? Now, with that said, this is a very powerful card, so let's not shake a stick at this because I think this is probably necessary. Also, Expressive Iteration was banned in Explorer. For those of you who don't know, Explorer and Pioneer are basically the same format, except Explorer is the Pioneer format on Arena because Pioneer on Arena has the special cards from Alchemy allowed in them. So it's not really Pioneer. It should be Explorer, and Pioneer should just be Pioneer. Anyway, point being, these cards are already banned, and it says here too, Winona was already banned on Explorer. I told you guys in a previous video about that and told you it would be coming to Pioneer because it's just too good. So the reason for this here, they talk here, as noted in previous updates, Pioneer provides a diverse and experience as possible, la la la. Over time, it's become clear that the Naya Winota is suppressing diversity as its power and consistency has drastically reduced incentives to play other linear creature-based strategies. Not only is it a resilient mid-range deck that can leverage many powerful mana creatures available in the format, but its explosive draws involving the deck's namesake can create unassailable battlefield states as quick as turn 3. I'm not going to lie, when I played this deck in Standard, or against it more or less, like I didn't play it, I had to play Wraths that came out on turn 3, the ones that you could suspend, just to slow it down enough to even have a chance to win. And that's the truth. So here it says, due to its large metagame share, high win rate, and ability to create frustrating removal check gameplays, it has been banned. So now we talk about Expressive Iteration. It has been in a multi-format all-star since its release in Strixhaven, which if you didn't know that, you ain't been playing right. It has fueled a variety of highly successful Izzet strategies in Pioneer by both providing card selection and card advantage at a much higher rate than that is available to other decks, making it extremely difficult for other strategies to engage in them in wars of attrition. For those of you who don't know, how's that happen? Well, basically for 2 mana, on turn 3, you get to look at the top 3 cards. The normal thing here is, excuse me, 1 goes to your hand, 1 goes to exile, 1 goes to the bottom of the deck. What you normally do, you put the land in exile so you can play it for free, put the best of the 2 spells into your hand, and then put 1 spell on the bottom. Basically meaning this replaces itself, plus gives you access to land drops. It is a beast. Yeah, the whole card looks like this. Sorry about that. But yeah. Now, although we recognize that there are several other powerful card draw spells in the format, notably Treasure Cruise and Dig Through Time, we currently believe that Delve spells contribute to blue decks and Pioneer having a unique identity among Eternal formats. As Pioneer's card pool has fewer strong cantrips and no fetch lands, we're hoping many Delve cards can continue to be part of the format as more moderate power level compared to how they play in other non-rotating formats, i.e., you can very easily cast a Treasure Cruise for 1 blue mana on turn 3, or maybe even turn 2 if you're really lucky in Modern, which is absurd, which is why you can't play it, because then it's a 1 blue draw 3, basically Ancestral Recall. So, to lower the win rate of a wide variety of Izzet decks and bring them in line with the other decks, they've decided here to take Expressive Iteration and ban it. It's worth noting that we will continue to align Pioneer ban announcements with actions in Explorer, because again, Explorer is just Pioneer called something different on Magic the Gathering Arena. If you haven't watched that video that I go over that with, please go do so. And if you can't find it, heck, just watch another video. I'd be happy with that. So, what this means is Expressive Iteration will also be banned in Explorer. Wynona was previously banned in Explorer and now will be banned in Pioneer, like I mentioned before. We may revisit the ban with the release of Dominaria United. However, now that Winota Forces is banned in Pioneer, we plan to leave it banned in Explorer going forward. They're not going to revisit this because nothing that they put out in Dominaria is going to fix how broken Wynona is. I'm just being honest. I mean, think about it. Turn 1, turn 2 mana creature. Turn 3 Winona punch you in face. It's not good. Not fair. No one likes it. No one wants it. So let's not go there. Now, other formats. So here you see we talk a little bit about standard. It talks here that the arena ladder and standard mana game is being a healthy spot. There are various 3-color and mid-speed decks that are the most played archetypes, the most popular which being Esper and Grixis, each apply about 10%, plus Jeskai variants of Hanada or Lear. For those you don't know, this is Hanada Dawn Um, that's the one that for 4 mana, it's a 4/4. Spells cost you one more for each target, one less for you. And Lanier, which has always been a powerhouse because of playing stuff out of your graveyard, has been growing in popularity at high levels of play, but remained healthy population and win rates. So conversely, Reinforced Champion decks, also the known as the mono white decks, have become less popular over time. Mono green aggro, why not? One of the most popular decks, shows promising win rates against many of the more popular archetypes. Mono green is a good deck. I have played against it, and it's also obviously a coin flip. The Hinata Dawn Crown, you have to know this deck very well to play against it, and we can go over that later. Same with Lear. Often Lear is in the same deck, if not by itself. And with that said, I'm currently playing a black-white deck. If you guys want to know what that is, hit me up in the comment section down below, and I'll make a video on it. I'll give you a hint. I played a black-white deck last time, too, during the last standard season. Not because I think it's the best, but because I think some of the cards are the most broken, and it's 2 colors. It's a lot more linear, easier to do, but at the same time, it is a little less powerful than some of these cards if they get off the ground. But the point of the deck is to not let them get off the ground. So, with that said, next here we'll move on to Modern. It talks through the Modern metagame continues to show great playstyle diversity with aggro, tempo, combo, control, and ramp all representing about 10 of the most played decks. Is it Murktide represents 10% online and hovers right around 50% win rate. The top deck shows strengths and weaknesses against each other, and there looks to be plenty of room for less popular rogue decks to be successful. So I don't know if that's really the case, although I think Modern is in a good state, in my personal opinion, right now, because of deck diversity, just in general, and the fact you can play almost anything and have a good time and win some. Now, Legacy. So in Legacy, talk about banning of Ragavan here. For those guys who don't know about the monkey to bomb. But since it's been banned, it's also banned in Modern, by the way. In January, the win rate of Is It Delver has come down, and decks now show appropriate strengths and weaknesses against most other decks played. Reanimator, Control, Resource Denial, Combo, and Aggro are all additional macro archetypes that are seeing success. We'll continue to keep an eye on the potential unhealthy or unfun play patterns. But otherwise, the natural metagame forces continue to look sufficient to handle any short-term shifts in deck popularity. Legacy hasn't seen a whole lot of new stuff popping off lately. Other than when Ragavan came to the show, it was the be-all of number 1 red decks. And being Legacy and having all of the lands and fetches makes it really easy to run red in whatever you want. So, there's that. So we have a little short blurb on Vintage. As always, data on vintage trends to come in relative small sample sizes, but we're currently not seeing anything that indicates change being necessary. So apparently there's a recent online vintage challenge, shows generally good diversity of decks and strategies. Because vintage basically doesn't get played very much because people just can't find the cards to play it. You're probably not going to see a lot of vintage, not even a ban of Ragavan in vintage, because as powerful and busted as Ragavan is, there's a lot more stuff more powerful and more busted. So if they print a card that gets banned in vintage, that's going to be a powerful set. I'm just saying. So with that said, guys, that's the quick, brief rundown on the new and improved banned and restricted list and what they feel about the current format. I personally agree with them. I think they're pretty much right in most senses of the terms. There are some cards and some decks I find very irritating, but I don't think they're going to make a ban in Standard because nothing in Standard is OP just yet. So, I mean, there's some that are close, like Is It Dragons and stuff, and we'll have to see when the next set comes out what that happens to be or makes it look like. But as of right now, I can agree with this. So, With that said, guys, remember to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Try and get to 1,000 subscribers, so please sub up. And as always, links in the description to the eBay store where I sell singles from all the box opening videos. It helps support the store. There's a Patreon page for a small or larger monthly subscription. You can get some cool swag and discounted box prices on Magic the Gathering. Also, there's a link in there to the email. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or a video in particular you want me to try to cover and get my opinion on. I'd be more than happy to tell you what I think because Lord knows nobody's going to pay for my opinion. But anyway, with all that said, guys, thanks a lot for watching. And as always, till next time, be kind. And I hope to see you across from the game table.